Want me to get rid of this?
Too late. Damage has already been done.
Yeah. Next week, it'll be in bookstores all over the country. Oh, boy.
This should be such a happy time for us, Andrew. But instead, I'm asking my mother to leave my house because your father has...
Hi, Dad. Vicky, please come in.
Hello, Andrew. I hope we're not intruding.
We just came to see how Cassie's doing.
Well, to tell you the truth, she'd be a lot better if the biography had never been published.
Oh, Andrew.
I'm sorry, Vicky. And Dad, look, I know you worked long and hard on this, but you have caused Cassie an enormous amount of pain.
But I certainly never intended this. I simply researched Victor Lord's life and laid out the facts.
No matter what your research turned up, Sloan, how could you possibly publish such horrible things about my mother?
Angela, I'm afraid I need some guidance. I feel as if I am living my worst nightmare.
Oh, please. Please, sit down. You tell me all about it.
Thank you. You see, it's all because of these horrible lies that Sloan Carpenter has put in his book, this biography of my late husband, Victor Lord. Biography, it's a massacre in a dust jacket, but it's done its dirty work because now my daughter, my own darling Cassie, hates me.
Well, I know it must be terrible to be falsely accused. I know how vulnerable you must feel.
Oh, my. Angela? Is this the Lord's work?
Well, it's been a heck of a job, but I am making wonderful progress turning Giorgio's into Olanovs. Well, you'll see.
Well, it sounds like I'm in for a treat.
The first of many. Do you know how many scrapes that rascal's gotten himself into?
Don't worry about Ty. I'll keep an eye on him.
Well, I would myself if I didn't have to go back over to the courthouse.
I know.
It's the last day of testimony, and I know I'd feel real bad if Marty if I wasn't there. What?
Go, okay? Don't worry. Everything will be fine here, including your baby brother.
As long as you make sure he doesn't get tangled up with that snake, Alex.
On the night of their spring fling party, these three boys, the sons of privileged and refined families, held Marty Saybrook down on a bed at the Kappa Alpha Delta fraternity house. And despite her pleas for them to stop and her screams for help, they tore off her underpants, gagged her, and forced themselves on her sexually. Now, this was not an act of love or consensual sex as they claim. This was an act of violence. This was rape. Ladies and gentlemen, we as a society suffer from violence all around us. And what happened to Marty Saybrook at the hands of these three boys is as violent as any street crime you hear about on the news.
It's over.
You must not.
It's all over.
Let this brazen and brutal crime of violence go unpunished. For the sake
clients.
of Marty Saybrook,
Look at
our
them.
society, you must.
They're guilty. They raped Marty, but they're gonna go free. Because I did my job so well. I served my clients to the best of my ability. And I hate myself for it.
Miss Gannon? Miss Gannon?
Yes, Your Honor.
Closing arguments, please.
Your Honor, I'd like to request a short recess, please.
Will counsel approach the bench, please?
Your Honor, I just need a moment to collect my thoughts a bit.
Frankly, Miss Gannon, the only thing you're collecting is my annoyance.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, if you keep this up, we will have a mistrial, and I do not want that. Do you think your thoughts will be collectible in 10 minutes?
Yes, Your Honor.
When we return, I want you to present your closing argument so we can conclude this trial. Step back. This court stands in recess for 10 minutes. What the hell do you think you're doing?
My wife has seen her mother held up to suspicion and ridicule for the whole world to see, and now you tell her she has no reason to be upset?
I simply wrote the truth.
As you saw it.
My book is strictly objective. I was very careful.
Dad, the only thing you did carefully was protect yourself from a lawsuit by saying everything through implication so people would draw their own conclusions.
Oh, hold on, both of you, please. Stop and think. Come on now, you're confusing pain with lies. The book was very painful for some of us to read, but that doesn't make it untrue. I found it very painful precisely because it is so accurate.
And destructive.
Unfortunately, Cassie, a lot of the facts of my father's life are not very pleasant. But we can't hold Sloan responsible for that, can we? He simply wrote the facts down. Don't kill the messenger.
And what am I supposed to do? And what is my mother supposed to do? Are we supposed to go on merrily on our way as if to...
Cassie, what's wrong?
This money was collected at last night's meeting.
Where did you hold it? At Veterans Stadium?
Our friends are very generous.
Oh, you don't have enough of them to get together this kind of cash, I know. I've been to your meetings, and what's this? About $5,000, I'd say.
Oh, well, you have a good eye.
So, how does an evangelist preaching in a converted arboretum with rented chairs manage a bauble like that?
Well, it's a gift from a parishioner. I decided to wear it for a day before I sold it to raise money for the tabernacle. God did give me the appreciation of beauty.
Don't try to kid a kidder, kiddo. Don't play with me. I'm not in the mood, especially today.
What are you doing?
Please, I am doing what you say you're doing for all the poor lost souls of Landview. I am helping.
Yeah. Well. There seems to be $10,000 here. You sure didn't get this off the collection plate, did you?
Oh, dear God. This is the money that I gave Father Moreau for the poor little lost children.
You're stealing this too, aren't you?
You know those first few days of a yeast infection? Forget it.
Mr. Holden! Hey, John, how are things in the geology business? Less rocky than they are in mine, I hope. Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, I've got some news that could change a lot of the numbers on your spreadsheet.
What are you talking about?
I analyzed the water samples from that underground lake you fell into during your son's rescue.
And?
Well, you're not going to believe this, but that lake is actually a mineral water spring.
John, why wouldn't I believe it? I mean, that is why we named this place what it says right here on the T-shirt.
Serenity Springs. Yeah. But you see, this spring is different. It's got a purity beyond anything I've ever seen before, and it is huge.
You're saying we can drink this stuff straight?
Well, people all over the world would drink this water if they had the chance, and they just might.
What are you talking about?
You've got enough of it down there to leave every other bottled water company high and dry.
Yes! The tide is rising again on Serenity Springs. Tyrone! Tyrone, put on your rubber boots. We're back in business! Ty! Yo, where are you?
Oltl. You really are an angel.
They turned out pretty well, didn't they?
Oh, I'll say. So the rest of this place, where'd you finally get the rest of the money to finish it off?
It's not finished. You have to use your imagination. Imagine the music and the ambiance and the money. I charged everything.
You're gonna have a heck of a lot to pay back.
I'll worry about that when the club opens.
You wouldn't try to butter up that old geezer Ace Buchanan again now for some of his money, would you?
Ace is a pretty tough nut when it comes to business, but I don't think he's entirely uncrackable. I'd rather talk about a kinder, gentler nut. How have things been with you lately?
Tonic water with 2 slices of lime, just like I like it.
Well, you'd mentioned it.
You listened to me.
You seem surprised.
I'm just not used to it. I mean, nobody in my family takes me seriously. They all treat me like a baby.
That's because you're the youngest.
It's like they don't want me to grow up.
Well, people can be very narrow-minded sometimes. Like nobody really understands me either. I think you're the first person who ever saw me, the real me, in a single glance. I think we're good for each other, Ty.
Well, I knew that in a single glance, too.
No, siree, you're no baby. I promise you, as long as you're with me, I'll never treat you like one.
I know.
To my real man.
Sorry I'm late. What did I miss? It's okay. Hank was great. His closing argument was the best any district attorney could ever hope to make.
You got that right.
As long as it gets the job done.
Wish I could believe it would. I mean, look at those guys. They're laughing, acting like they already know they're off the hook. I mean, who can blame them? Everyone saw the jury.
Hey, don't talk like that. It ain't over till it's over.
Well, I hope you guys are thirsty. My old man's got a half a dozen bottles of champagne chilling at the country club.
Todd, you're acting like we've already been cleared. We haven't.
Shut up, pal. God, you've been wringing your palms so much, I'm surprised you still got skin on your hands.
Todd, what do you think Nora's gonna do when she gets back?
No idea. Better not be anything stupid. Miss Gannon's gonna have to answer to me.
Bo said I should leave you alone.
He was right.
Do you know why I went into law? Because I believed in a thing called justice. I believed in the mind-boggling notion that fairness not only existed, but it was a birthright. You still believe that, don't you? Yeah. Yeah. That's my problem, you see. Because here I am, a servant of justice, and I'm caught. I've never had to face a decision like this
Because if I go in there and I do the job that I have sworn to do, it will be a huge victory for my clients. And a crushing defeat for justice. And I'm scared to death.
In the race for a better diaper. I'm going to call Larry Woloch.
No, I don't want to go to the doctor. I just got a little dizzy, that's all.
All right. Look, at least lie down for a while. Will you do that?
That's a very, very good idea. Come on, Cassie, I'll take you upstairs.
Okay.
There you go.
Come on.
Thank you, Vicki.
Don't worry, son. She'll be all right.
Well, her father-in-law certainly isn't making the pregnancy any easier.
Andrew?
Yeah, I feel ashamed. I don't know what you've written. Have you written a biography or a gossip sheet?
Well, not everyone shares your opinion.
Dad, I don't care about everyone. I care about my wife. I care about the life inside of her. You have labeled her mother a murderer.
I never made that accusation. I simply stated facts.
Did you ever think what those facts might do to Cassie or to her relationship with Dorian?
Andrew, you pounded away at me last summer to take responsibility for the shameful way I treated your brother. All right. You were absolutely right. I had to face up to the facts. Maybe this summer it's time for Dorian to face the consequences for what she's done.
Well, let's see how many other little goodies you have lying around. Oh, deposit slips. Oh, and a little Lost Children of the World pamphlet lost among the deposit slips. That's wonderful. What have we here? Oh, yeah, I get. Perfect. It's the handy-dandy little Father Moreau disguise kit. All you need to add is the French accent.
Dorian, I can explain.
You don't have to. It's perfectly clear. You and some charlatan have bilked me out of $50,000? That is not true. How dare you prey on me when I was so vulnerable? I came to you when I was recovering from a cancer operation. For God's sake, I was desperate for reassurance. I was frantic for some kind of hope. I listened to you. I believed in you. Little did I know it was all a scam, a sham, some setup for all the suckers like me. Stop it! Stop it! Yes, that's it. By God, that's it. That should be the new motto for all, yes, of your suckered followers. Stop it. Stop believing. Stop being faithful. Stop trusting in other people.
Dorian, you are becoming unglued.
My life is unglued. My own daughter won't even talk to me. The people that I put my trust in are betraying me. But hallelujah, I am still strong, and I am angry. Hey. Well, talk about becoming unglued. Ooh. Do you know where we are? We're in a courtroom.
It's sometimes called the the Hall of Justice. Justice. You know who Justice is. There's a portrait of her hanging out in the lobby. She's the blindfolded lady holding the set of scales. You see, Justice does not judge by appearances because Justice can't see. She judges by the truth alone, which she can feel. We have been in this courtroom together for weeks now, looking for the truth. Have we found it? We've been looking at appearances. What do we see when we look at appearances? Look.
What's she saying? Why is she saying all this junk?
I have no idea, man.
We see 3 good-looking, well-mannered college boys. We have class officers and football heroes, honor roll students. Are they what they appear to be? I mean, surely they couldn't be callous, overprivileged young men who would gang rape a friend and not feel guilty about it? Appearances. Look at her. Is that young woman a lying slut who is so desperate for attention that she would lure 3 young men into having drunken sex and then cry rape? Or is Marty Saybrook an innocent victim of a brutal act of violence? A rape survivor who had the courage to bring her attackers to face justice.
I don't believe this.
To face you. You are here to pass judgment on those 3 young men. You are Justice. Therefore, you must be blind to everything but the truth. I want you to be blind Justice. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. I want you to be blind Justice. Close your eyes. Close them. I want you to see with your heart, not your eyes. Let's go to that room. Let's go to that room in the fraternity house. Close your eyes. Do you see a young woman luring 3 innocent men into a room to have sex? Or do you see 3 men trapping an unwilling prey? Do you see them dancing with her and gracefully passing her from one partner to the next? Or do you see them teasing her and taunting her and tossing her around like a football? Do you see them throwing a woman down on the bed and holding her there by force, bruising her neck and her wrists? Do you see them trying to stifle her cries of passion? Or do you see them shoving a sweatband in her mouth so they don't have to listen to her screaming for help as they rape her? As they rape her. Do you feel Todd Manning climbing off of Marty Saybrook and then laughingly saying, "Who's next?" Because if you feel that, and if you believe that rape is a crime, a hideous and cowardly crime that is punishable to the full extent of the law, then you, as jurors, you, as justice... What the hell are you doing?
In the back. I said order! To convince the jury that we're guilty. Order! Tell them that we're innocent. Tell them that we didn't do it. But you're our defense attorney! Say we're innocent! Say it!
Order! Or I will clear out this courtroom now. Counsel will approach the bench, please. Miss Gannon, in all my days on the bench, I have never seen such outrageous conduct in a courtroom.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Well, I am putting a stop to it now. Step back. It pains me to have to put the financial burden of another trial on the Commonwealth. But under the circumstances, I cannot let these proceedings go to verdict. I therefore declare a mistrial.
What does this right here mean?
Oh, that one? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the dissolved solids content and parts per million.
Ah. 1.07, is that good?
Good.
Uh-huh.
Max, your water is so clear it makes crystal look like lead. Look at this. So you get 0 chlorides, 0 sulfates, 0 organic contaminants.
I've never been so happy to see so many zeros.
Well, with water this pure, you might find a lot more zeros on your bottom line.
Are you saying that I could make more money pumping water than I could pumping oil?
Oil runs out. Water is constantly replenished.
Oh, yes. Rolling, rolling, rolling on the river, river. Do, 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 do. Ba-da-ba, Max? Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Max! Hey,
What?
Max! Are you okay?
I passed okay when we got to dissolved solids. Hey, where's Ty? I gotta tell him something important.
Ty? He took off a while ago with that blonde bombshell of his. Zanny?
Oh. Great. Just great.
You go to my head.
So, who is this Carlo Hesser guy?
Shh, that's a long story, and this is a short song. I went on to one of my first dance here.
I really like it here.
So do I. Maybe you'll become a permanent fixture.
I can handle that.
Me too. You move so well.
You haven't even seen half my moves yet.
The thrill of the thought that you might give a thought to my plea casts a spell over me.
Feeling a little exposed, are we? Well, you ain't seen nothing yet, sister.
Doreen.
Because I'm going to take a page from your book. Yes, I'm going to spread the word to all the people of Landview. Only it won't be the good word, and it won't be the word of the Lord.
Doreen, don't you think we could just...
No, not necessary. Why don't you just open the intruder? Read all about yourself, how you conned me out of $50,000 in the name of charity. And then it won't be long before you're on your way to prison. I think you're going to like prison life. A lot of souls need saving there. Doreen, wait. Please, spare me your groveling.
I have no intention of groveling. You know, you need me.
Really?
Yes. But what do you want more? Revenge or your daughter's love? Because if you want the first, you may never get the second. Because I might be your only chance at getting Cassie back.
Something scary's hiding behind my shower curtain. Grungy mildew stains, ooh, and dingy.
Alex. Everything in my better half is telling me that you're nothing but trouble.
Those thoughts that you have in your head didn't spontaneously happen there all by themselves, did they? They were planted there by your sister and her boyfriend, right?
Well, Luna and Max don't exactly think that you're on the up and up, Zan.
Now, you're going to listen to them. I mean, you just finished telling me that, well, that they don't understand you. Now, what makes you think that they would understand me?
You've got a point there.
I mean, you must stop mistrusting me because of what everybody else says. I mean, you just have to stop listening to what everybody else says, because the only people that really matter here are you and me. And I want to say to you that I care about you.
You do.
Why don't you see that we're like two dreamers who were branded as black sheep because we thought of life a little bit differently, which made us outcasts, and that's exactly what brought us together. So I think it's like you said. I mean, I think we belong together. Like diamonds and blue jeans.
You give me goosebumps when you talk like that. You're right. You're right. Forget what Max and Luna think.
Time! Just what do you think you're doing?
My dad really doesn't have any concept of what he set in motion here.
Andrew, look, I know you're very upset, but this situation is not nearly as dire as you are making it out to
Vicky,
be.
how can you say that? This book, it's like an avalanche. It is crushing everything it comes in contact with. Cassie's furious. I'm upset because she is. And I'll tell you something else. Dorian is
acting guilty.
Well, should she? Should she, Vic? You tell me. Do you believe that Dorian murdered your father? Cassie. Thought you were upstairs. Vicky said you were resting.
I wanted to know what she had to say. Do you think my mother murdered Victor?
Cassie, I don't know the answer to that, honey, okay? I admit that the circumstances surrounding my father's death were always somewhat suspicious, but there was no definitive proof. There still isn't.
But Sloane's book...
Sloane's book dredged up old facts and rumors and laid them out. All right? Despite the unpleasantness of these implications, there's no proof your mother murdered anyone. Besides that, what I think shouldn't matter to you at all.
Oh, Vicky, what you say always means a lot to me.
To all of us.
You are the point here, okay? The point is that you are upset. You have questions and doubts about your mother, so you have to work them out with her.
I really don't know if I can.
Cassie, above all, do not let what Sloane has written destroy your relationship with your mother, okay? Don't misunderstand me. She's not an angel. We all know that. She can be hellish sometimes. But I know one thing. For all her faults, your mother loves you more than anything on this earth.
What a ridiculous statement. How could you possibly help me with Cassie?
A lot of ways.
You don't even know her.
I've met her a few times.
On the basis of that, you think you can con her the way you conned me?
Everyone is open to suggestion, Dorian. It just needs to be presented well. Sometimes you just have to plant an idea.
What are you saying, that I fleeced myself, that you didn't have to fleece me?
Exactly. Do you want to hear my ideas?
Make it fast.
Does your daughter love you? I'm her mother. But does she love you? Let's say it out loud, Dorian, shall we? The answer is not today. Well, maybe not even ever again.
No matter what happens, I can't lose Cassie.
Well, you will if you are not strong. If you are not strong enough to admit that you need help and strong enough to accept it.
Okay, I'll bite. What kind of help?
The kind I specialize in. Redemption. Well, that's why you came to me in the first place, isn't it?
I came to you because I wanted to make myself into a good person.
Yes, but for whose sake? Your own? No, I don't think so. You didn't want to be good. You just wanted everyone else to think you were good. But you see, down that road lies your salvation. Because I can make one person believe that you are good. Your daughter.
You think you can make that happen?
I can make you look like a saint. I own the franchise, remember? So tell me, is regaining Cassie's love worth a donation of $50,000?
All right. I'll give you 3 days. And if it doesn't work, I will see to it that you get a prison sentence so long that even God himself couldn't get you out of it. 3 days. Put on your wig and get to work.
Hi, I'm Little Loves, and I see Carrie is wearing a Loves Walker diaper.
I'll start right now.
Hello?
Is this Cassie Carpenter?
Yes, who's this?
Angela Holliday.
Miss Holliday, if my mother has put you up to this, then...
No, she didn't. Believe me, this was all my idea. I know you are going through a difficult time, and I'd like to make it easier.
I really don't see how you can.
We'll find out. Meet me at the Tabernacle of Joy. We need to talk about your mother, as I knew her.
I am so sorry to barge in like this, but in the end, I think you'll thank me.
I'll thank you to get your end out that door.
Nobody invited you in here, Max.
Ty, listen to me. You get involved with this woman, you'll be making the biggest mistake of your life.
I know exactly what I'm doing. And if you think I'm going to give up an angel like Alex just because you and Luna don't like her or don't trust her, you're the crazy ones.
Ty, she practically killed Al and CJ.
That is an absolute lie. I had nothing to do with scaring, haunting, or spooking those children. Mr. Bulchakman did that.
Do you honestly believe that?
Yes. And since it's my life we're talking about, what I do and who I do it with is my business.
Ty, Luna and I are just trying to help you.
By insulting the most incredible woman I've ever met? I don't need that kind of help. In fact, I don't need you. You or Luna. Just stay out of my life.
Order! Please, order! Order! The jury is dismissed. The court thanks you all for your time and patience. The apologies of the court to put you through it. I wish to speak to the counsel in my chambers immediately. This court is adjourned.
All right.
Rachel, your mother is one incredible woman.
I know.
Nice job, Nora. Way to go. I'm gonna make you pay for this. You're gonna wish you never took this case.
I already do.
Come in. Miss Gannon. Do you hear those sounds? That's the sound of a case ending in a mistrial. I hope you're happy.
Your Honor.
Be quiet. You are licensed to practice law in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. But what you did in my courtroom today was anything but. Therefore, I plan to report you to the State Disciplinary Board.
I understand.
Do you? And do you also understand how serious the consequences can be for what you have done?
Hank, what does this mean?
A mistrial means there's been a screw-up in the process of due process. And in this case, it was screwed up on purpose.
By Nora.
I've never seen anything like it. She tried to do right by you, Marty. That jury was all set to let those boys walk.
And now?
Back to square one, including us, which means we've got a shot at rebuilding our case. And this time, I think we can win.
Oh, maybe. And when will the next time be?
Well, it could be months before another trial is set. Look, I've got to go.
Months. Months. And in the meantime, they go free?